In a couple of minutes. So if you have any of your friends that are on the way, that's the right time to call them, text them to hurry up so they make it here in time. So I will start and I'll tell you what's happening today and welcome you first before we proceed. And well, first of all, welcome to BAScii Open House 2025. Made it. Thank you all for coming on a Saturday. So let's give each other a round of applause to wake up, to start the day. Awesome. So my name is Daria. I work here in the operations room of our school and I take care of international affairs and global education. So I will kind of MC today a little bit, but I'm sure you're here to listen and hear from our faculty members, our executive director, other students. So we have a day full of activities and I hope you stick around for all of it. So before we begin, I just want to know, so we have some parents here, right? Who is the parent? We have a couple. All right, we have parents. Who are the students? They're lovely kids. All right. So how about who is 100% sure they're going to apply to BAScii? Oh, I see. You're very, very quick. All right. Awesome. Who is 50% sure that I'm not judging. It's not like I'm remembering your faces. No. Who is like, I'm not sure. I have a couple of options, but BAScii is one up. All right. So we just need to identify who we need to convince today. All right. And who is here absolutely have no clue what they're doing here and just kind of tag along? Some people. All right. Welcome. I hope you will understand what's happening today by the end of the activities. All right. So first of all, we will start here in this room. We'll hear a couple of presentations where you get more in-depth idea of what BAScii is, what are we doing here, what are our projects. I'm sure you've heard about the projects that are. And then later on, I think we have an alumni coming in. So someone who graduated our program almost, I think, 3 years ago, the very first cohort of students. And then they're still working on the project that they started here in BAScii. So I hope that you'll be keen to hear from their experience and they will give you a depth look. Around 1:30, we will open the other rooms that you've seen on the floor here, and we'll have a couple for you to explore. We'll have our lovely academic team who is sitting in 301, so next to where you registered, and they will offer one-on-one consultation in case you need to ask any questions about admission or get any advice. So please take advantage of that so that you're ready for when the admission comes around. We will also have the other two rooms right opposite our auditorium. One of them is our health and well-being zone. That's one of our specialization, as you will hear later from our faculty members. And that zone will have several workshops and activities that you can explore. Ask our faculty members what's going on. Yes, that's the schedule. So as you can see, pretty packed, a lot of things happening. So over here in rooms across from here, there will be these activities. There will be 2 workshops happening there, but you will have to sign up. So take advantage of that and sign up for that workshop. We will also have our technology, AI, and Fab Lab zone. So this is where our faculty members, our technician from our fabrication lab, the students will share what they're up to when it comes to technology in BAScii. And we'll have a Fab Lab tour as well. So if you're keen to see our fabrication lab, which is a room on the 3rd floor, you should on the fourth floor. We're on the third, on the fourth floor. You should make sure that you sign up for that as well because it is limited seats. And then we'll have a seminar in room 322. And I want you to also remember that there is another room. It's a very special room. It's a little bit over down the hall, so you might miss it, but make sure you don't because we have our lovely social innovation lab and our D4T club set up an exhibition to tell you about their project. So they are all the way down the corridor over there. So make sure you walk all the way. Don't miss any of the rooms. Enjoy all the spaces. And once again, welcome and thank you for being here. Our staff as well and students are around if you have any questions. And I think we can just go ahead and begin. And I would like to first invite our Executive Director, Professor Chulalongkorn, to give you an overview and the welcome remarks. So thank you. Welcome her. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, all. Dear students, potential students, parents, faculties. We have a group of faculties, staff. So I'm so happy and be honored that to be our host today for you to visit our school. So this is my name. People call my name Ajahn Cha. People call Ajahn Cha. It's just be easy. My name is Chulalongkorn. I'm a pharmacist by training. So I work as a professor in the Faculty of Pharmaceutical Science until I was appointed to be a director here. It's almost 2 years now. I'm a pharmacist, all right? I'm an entrepreneur. I do a startup incubator under Chulalongkorn University, okay? I do many things. I'm a mom. I do many things. I'm a mother of the premium duck. People say that we groom you to be a duck that can fly, that can run, that can walk, you can do anything, everything. But it's not just duck. Let's call it premium, okay? If you come to BAScii, it's always premium. Think is the best for you, for the best students. So we have a newcomer, just feel free to sit. There is some space over here. Okay, so I'm not take long. What the points that I want to emphasize you today is we are a Chulalongkorn School of Integrated Innovation. You might have a question, why we call school? It's not the faculties. Because we believe that to make you to the real global leader in the next future, in the near future, is you need to do disciplinary. I mean, faculty is just professional and specific for us. So school is everything. It's integrated, art and science, correct? So it's not only science. You have to have a little bit of art and a little bit of science together. And to do innovation, it's just the word innovation may be not enough. You need integrated. See, this is our school. Chulalongkorn School of Integrated Innovation, or CSII, as you see on our t-shirt. And we have a symbol as exponential growth. You will see, right? A circle and then exponential growth. People call our school science, but we have one curriculum right now, but we're going to have more. Right now, we have only one curriculum. It's called BAScii, Bachelor of Art and Science in Integrated Innovation. So sometimes it's kind of similar, it's equivalent. You can call science or sometimes BAScii, but BAScii may be more. So don't surprise if sometimes call science or sometimes BAScii, all right? Okay, so now BAScii, but in the next couple of years, I think we're going to be the great BAScii, all right? Okay, so I'm going to point that we hold, if your daughter will be our students, we hold our high standard. We just passed ISO 56001. That ISO is guaranteed that we are reach the high standard of innovation management system. So we are the one institution in Thailand that have ISO for the innovation management system. So we'll be very proud of that, and thank you for our staff to make it happen. So we continue to grow our global partnership and student opportunities. You will see that we are international curriculum, and we will have one semester abroad for compulsory. So you have to experience outside Thailand, that is for sure, right? And now we have a lots of partnerships with the top university. You see Berkeley, We send 20 students over there every year. We also have NUS, this is near Thailand, is National University of Singapore. We have Queen Mary, University of London. We're going to have Stanford. We're going to have many is coming in MIT. I'm going to MIT next in January. Okay, so it's guaranteed that we have the best experience outside. Also, we have curriculum evolve continuous. I think this is unique. When we study in the traditional faculties now, to change curriculum, they have a compulsory every 5 years. But here, I think we evolve almost every year. Dr. Ekachai, Professor Ekachai will come and talk how fascinating of our curriculums. We are adapt fast and we change it. We can change it. We have our own rules. We are Chula, but we are pretty not Chula, all right? We Chula, but it's not Chula. We are unique. And I think we are fearless. We are fearless. We encourage every people in our school to do something that never happened before or try something that will be better. If fail, I'm not say it's fail, say it's a learning, the process of learning. And then if you fail, you learn. And that is we improve. So we accept fail and accept learning process. So your daughters or your sons that come to this school might encounter failures, might encounter happy, sad, struggle, frustrated. For sure, that is life. But every step, we have faculties and staff to support you. And we count this is a school success. Don't surprise, this is a success, this is a learning process, But I hope that when you graduate from here, you learn how to do, not to do, how to choose the founder or co-founder. That is our intention. Dr. Ekachai will talk about curriculum, all right? So just please wait in a couple minutes. And I think what I can say, the most fascinating of our school is startup project and real entrepreneur. This is the heart of the school. You might come here to be an entrepreneur or startups. Some of you might hope to be rich in overnight, right? Okay, to do a startup. We groom you since day one, since you step in our school. If you are ready, we are ready for you. But you come from different places. We have a stage of growing for you. You can do a business since day one, or maybe you already have a business. You can do more than you think. We push the limit for you. We don't have much faculties. We limit. We want to be lean. We have not more than 20 faculties. That is 70% will be international faculties. But anyway, we have more than 200 of adjunct professors or adjunct CEO, adjunct the real business guy to support you, to mentor you. So don't worry, we have a tons in hand. Why we don't have much of a permanent professor? Because it cannot move fast, We can change everything fastly because we use outsource. We use the one that is perfect match to your stage of growing your business. So that is, I can tell. And I think one last thing is what's coming next is even bigger. We're going to work with Sacint on 3+1 pathway, but I don't tell you much about this because it's ongoing. It's not finished yet, but it's just selling for you that we have a 3+1. But not this year, all right? You will get both bachelor and master in 4 years, but that is ongoing. But you can apply. If you be a first student, you might take a little bit time, more than 4 years, to get both bachelor and master with Sacint, just is across the state. And also, we plan to have our own master degree. But you maybe can apply that if you be our students. Once BAScii, always BAScii. Mean that we're going to hire 11/4 of the Sacint to set up the company of the alumni. No, I think the alumni should be working with the present student, should be helped together and then build ecosystem. That is our plan and it is ongoing. But I just tell you our secret first. You will be a first group that I tell you. So thank you all of you for coming today. And I hope that you get to explore and answer a question. Why BAScii? Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So as Professor Sushila mentioned, our project is probably one of the highlight and the core of our program. So here we are very lucky to have Dr. Korn, who is also Deputy Executive Director of the school, as well as taking care of all the projects. So a lot on his plate. So please welcome him as he will tell you more about the project. So welcome.
Good afternoon. I hope you guys had a good session today. My name is Dr. Rolongkorn Bayawut, or you can call me Ajahn Ronnie or Dr. Ronnie. I usually let the student call me P. Ronnie because I just doesn't want to look old, So, all right. So basically, I look after what we call project seed journey of the student. So basically, the student who want to do entrepreneurs and launch a startup have to enroll to my subject 8 times during the BAScii years. So if you see me in the beginning of the first semester until the last minute of the second semester in the 4th year, all right? Let me just explain a bit of myself. So I graduated from Chulalongkorn University in Faculty of Engineering. I forgot everything, totally forget everything about engineering school already. So entrepreneur by heart and innovator by practice. So I've been traveling around the globe. I construct a couple of international incubator program in France. I help a couple of them in Korea and in Singapore. And I also lead the incubator center in Chulalongkorn University's 10 years back. You like sport? You like soccer? You like Liverpool? No? Too bad. You like Liverpool? Enroll now. I give you extra 5 points. Easy. See, this is how life goes in BAScii, You face like up and down there, But at least we compromise and we understand the whole situation. We're trying to let the student learn how to iterate quickly. So they know and they really want to fail. Because once they fail, they will learn at least tiny things. All right, but those tiny things, when you accumulate it all, it become big things, So if you iterate fast, you will learn fast. If you fail fast, you will lose money less than what you're supposed to lose. All right. Do you remember this incident? What is it? 9/11, bloody hell. All right. My first startup in 2001 start right on the same day. We launched the platform on the same day of the 9/11. So it's been a sad moment and a happy moment of myself too. I watched it in Sydney. So I launched my first startup in Sydney 24 years back. So I'm pretty much sort of like understand how the journey of the good startup is supposed to be and how can you fail fast and effectively, all right? One of the key points that I want to emphasize here is the word entrepreneurialism. We love to be entrepreneur, yeah? We love to be a startup founder. Lots of people think that BAScii will teach you to be a very good, a strong, solid co-founder of the startups or potential, like, top 500 CEO of the corporate in the world. What I really want to emphasize is this word entrepreneurialism, This will be only the sort of like academic page in the slide, so don't get panicked. We don't focus on how you do it. We don't focus on how you originate the technology. We don't expect you to create like, state-of-art technology, but we do teach you how to embrace and calculate risk. Risk is very important, all right? You can have like state-of-art technology in your hands, but if you don't know how to manage or mitigate or at least estimate the risk, you can lose everything in one go. And then we teach you how to identify gaps. Gap is very important. When we do startups, right, when we do innovation, we deliver value. We don't do product. Product is just a tool that can enable the user to appreciate such value from a developer. Product can change over time, right? Product can change over time, but value won't change. You will still eat. You need to listen to the music. You need to commute in the as far as possible. Same things. So what we teach you is we will teach you how to identify gap truly. Last but not least, after you develop something to solve or to closer the gap, then you're supposed to understand the evolving need of the people as well. Because you're not develop one technology or solution for you guys to use by yourself, to let your dad and your mom use. You develop things for a million people outside to use, right? So you need to understand the evolution of that need first. And it's moving fast, I'm telling you. All right, so that would be a key 3 factors that we would, based on this journey, we would teach you along the way. All right, as an integrated school, yeah. Hi, come, please. Thank you. Oh, you're there. Okay. As an integrated school, integrated innovation school, we know, like I mentioned earlier, we don't expect or we don't teach you to originate a technology from the scratch. It's good to do one, but we don't force you to do one. What we teach you, what we expect you guys to do is to utilize or optimize existing technology around you. And if you could, and if you can improve it into a certain level, that's fine. If you can originate one yourself, perfect, fine. But we don't force you to do so. So there will be a certain of, Professor Ekachai will let you know about the curriculum, how crazy about the, math and physics and chemistry. No, we don't teach that. We have one math subject only, but we don't ask you to do technology, but we ask you to utilize it well. So look around yourself. There are so many tech, right? So how to integrate those technology and create one innovation, this is the key of this school. All right. Through this project seed, we will have a certain 3 subjects, project seed 1 and 2 for the first year, design build for the second years, and product and entrepreneurialization for the third year. And then we have capstone project for the fourth years, right? We teach a couple, 3 more core elements that sort of like involve heavily in how to be a successful entrepreneur. So first, we teach you essential skills and competencies. Secondly, we teach theoretical knowledge. All right, and then we allow you to have lots of practical experiences. I give you a quick example. So, like critical thinking, problem solving, marketing and sales, product development, all those competency, essential skill, we will try to put everything into you during the first 2 years. All right. If you look at theoretical knowledge, so any like business model generation, lean startup, design thinking, value proposition design, innovation management, and so on. So we're trying to pack all this tricky stuff into you as well for the first 2 years. So we have a solid, rigid foundation to go and continue to the further stage. Last but not least, we do practical experience too. We have like 150 plus mentor, which we will give you guys a choice to choose mentor by yourself. All right. We have lots of network of CEOs, startups, co-founders, and so on. So we have a very strong base of network here. We encourage you to pitch a lot. All right. We encourage you to go and compete in the events. And also those combined together, you will have iterative learning. And I'm pretty sure that you can adapt very fast based on your experience into those events and meeting more people. All right. So basically, the key pattern of Project Seed's journey is to integrate our professor, all right, and mentor, all right, into the student project. We don't expect you to become successful in the first trial, but we are here to help you guys. All right. We also integrate internal CU startups and professors in different faculties into the project too. Like I mentioned to you, say, for example, Professor Chulalongkorn is the pharmacist by training. She holds 1,000 patents. She got lots of good things in her hand, in her pockets, right? She might not want to execute it or commercialize it by herself. So we pair a couple of students and let them extract the goodness of Professor Chula out. And they can help Professor Chula to commercialize and execute the project instead of her doing so. Easy. We try to internationalize our program via international mentorship, international startup founder networking, international incubator center, and so on. All right. And then we develop entrepreneurship mindset in the very early stage. So we start from year one. We don't wait for you to do it in a capstone project. All right. And last but not least, so we emphasize impact for the later stage student by using Cortex from internal CU researcher. Oh, this is me. So basically, not only me who teach the program throughout, the project seed journey, but you will see a lot of people come and help. Because I mean, even though I've been involved in startup industry for many, like 10, 15 years, but I don't invent or I don't launch everything that happened to the world right now. Yeah. So there are more people that has more talented, has more skill, more experience in that, but some particular sector which I haven't been. So, for example, we also have Talib Jeffrey. Do you know Bill Olet? Bill Olet is the professor from MIT Sloan Business School who wrote a book, Discipline Entrepreneurship. So basically, he created 24 steps on how to become a successful entrepreneur in MIT. All right, Talib Jeffrey is one of my good friends, and he's an ex-Googler, and then he used to be the a right hand or TA of Bill Olet. So he will help implement such 24 steps that he used to learn and teach in MIT in our course as well. All right. We also have a couple of startup studios which help us to create and build your venture. We make sure that you don't walk through the journey alone. So we have many people fail beside you. And if you fail, we fail. We fail together and we learn together and we come back stronger. Yeah. We also, like as Professor Sujara mentioned, we have lots of the partnership which help us grow and scale faster, stronger. For example, this is not only like university that we are pairing with. We are pairing with intergovernment bodies. We're pairing with international incubator center. For example, Seoul startup from Korea, UT startup from Sydney, Australia. We do have a very good friend with Box 71 in the US, in Singapore. A couple of good universities like NUS, Imperial London College in London, University of Hong Kong, Seoul National University, and many more. So we are not doing this alone. Our strong point is we're trying to bring a good friends, and we utilize, we optimize, we maximize things that we can do for you guys. All right. Through the process, I used what we call BAScii program, which I invented like 10 years ago. We use BAScii program to nurture and incubate Chulalongkorn University innovation. I think we have more than 1,000 teams already passed this BAScii program, so it's pretty much approved. Once I joined the school, so I implement the BAScii program into CSII BAScii program. So basically, you guys will go through this process as a project seed journey. So you can come fresh, and we expect you to come out to graduate and have something out. We don't force you to make profit or make business, but we force you to learn how to do things. We force you how to learn how to identify gap. We force you how to calculate risk, and we force you how to understand the evolving needs of the people. We're pretty sure that if you combine these three together, you can adapt and you can live happily ever after, for sure. All right. Just to skip a couple of things, we have a couple of we use state gate model to design this BAScii program. So a certain gate, we have certain criteria to make sure you pass. So basically, if you come strong, you don't have to wait until the end of the semester to move to the second stage. Some of the student group can go to stage 4 in 2 months. All right, and they fail hard, so they come back to the first the first stage one more time. The goodness of this school is you can iterate. You can just, if you fail, just come back to a certain point that you think that you are not good enough. Say if you sell something, they don't want buying your stuff. All right, get the feedback and then come back to either prototyping or either like market research again. Totally up to you. Okay. So we have 7 criteria gate, which I've explained it to you once you get into our project seed subject. So there will be certain criteria that identify you are ready to pass and so on. Okay, we actually use this, project seed journey to apply for ISO 56001, which we are, I think, the first university in the world, in Thailand to get this ISO 56001, which is Innovation Management System. So we will use this system to incubate and nurture a student project throughout from the first year to the 4th year. All right. My last word will be about the performance of the student. So we have the total of 33 registered company based on the 5 cohort. We actually have 7 and 8 cohort now. The max quoted is 9,900%. My God. Total valuation is 1,850 million baht. The highest valuation of one project, student project startup, is 400 million baht, which is zero. They're doing the fragmented carbon capture and carbon footprint credit. Average valuation is 56.1 million baht. And as you can see, from 2019 up to now, we are pretty much scaling up. All right, from the couple of 3-4 years first that we are doing as a sandbox. So we're launching a rocket now. Just a couple of details, this is only until the cohort 5. We have 7 and 8 now. So basically, this is a list of the registered company that have performed really well throughout the journey. All right, and this has a couple of them, which I think 1 or 2 will join the state and let you know how they can develop their product and start up to this stage. That's it. So hope you enjoy the open house sessions, and I really look forward to be friends with you for the next 4 years. All right. So take care. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Ronnie. All right. I hope you get excited about the project opportunities here. And as mentioned, yes, we will have the alumni later on who is already here and he's keen to share his journey with his project, and also another alumni, as I know, who is working in corporate. So you get that advice as well. So now let me welcome, and let's all welcome Professor Ekachai, who will talk about the academic and student development. And he is also our Deputy Executive Director. So welcome him. Good morning.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. So thanks for spending your valuable Saturday afternoon with us, okay? I'm Ekachai Sumali, okay? I'm professor here, also Deputy Executive Director for Academics and Student Development. Sounds very boring, right? But it's not very boring here, it's very exciting. So my background, I was a professor at university in England and then in Hong Kong. So I just moved back here at the beginning of this school. So actually before that, I was very experienced in handling a lot of different types of subjects of new curriculum. But what excites me is the dynamic of this curriculum that I'm going to talk about today, okay? So basically, this is how we teach here. We call this wisdom tree. Because like what Ajahn Cha and Piloni, so I like to call him Piloni, so I'm younger always. That we actually focus a lot on experiential learning. Explorative learning is mean that students focus a lot on learning by doing, okay? So we basically equip with the basic knowledge on the project-based learning, design thinking, okay? That's like, okay, how to approach problem, how to develop a team, okay? But at the same time, you also need some technical knowledge. So the first set of technical knowledge that we're gonna give you is basically to set what we call the core business knowledge and the core technology knowledge, okay? When we say core business and core technology, it's not gonna be very like specific, okay? It's sufficient knowledge for you to be able to learn later on, more advanced knowledge. And then after that, you need to go through what Pironi just explained about the project seed development. Because like, I think probably some parents that sit over here. So some of us, we spend a lot of time learning in university, but now we end up doing something completely different, okay? But then this is where it's different here in our curriculum, that you start to do it immediately. Then you learn what you need to know, okay? Then as the process go on, you experience teamwork, experiential learning in your group project, in your project seed, semester abroad that everyone need to go one place or another, and then come back to finish up your study with your capstone project, okay? And the explorative part that we design in this wisdom tree is like we have 3 what we call specialization subject. You don't need to pick one of them. You can do mix and match between these 3 groups. The first group is the applied digital intelligence. So we all know the buzzword now, AI. But it's not only about that, but it's more about the technical ability to understand how to use computational power, how to use data to develop your project, to develop your solutions. And also we have the second one, which is health and well-being, okay? About how to come up with a new supplementary product or a new health application or a new type of services that enhance our longevity, okay? Then last but not least, smart city and sustainable development. So as the world moves into this new era that we need to care about how we live as a world together to be sustainable. So we also have this specialization. So these are like the basic curriculum requirement for graduation, okay? So as I explained, we have some core course, some credit, some free electives. The project is a key one that I would like to highlight over here. Okay, the project here. This is a particular thing that Dr. Ronnie explained, that we give a lot of emphasis on this, but it's not the only thing. Still, you need to take the basic core course, core business, core technology, okay, and the specialization subject that I explained. Okay, diverse of choice, and as Ajahn Jha mentioned that we redesign this almost every year. Whatever the new topic that we think is important for you guys to learn in the future, we put it in, okay? That's a special thing about the way we operate our curriculum. So look, in 4 years that you're gonna study with us. So basically, the first semester, you come in and you get the basic knowledge on the core course, core business, and core tech, okay? And then of course, you take some of these transdisciplinary courses, and the project course start right away. So right away from year 1, semester 1, you have to team up to do a project, okay? But in parallel, you'll be trained to be entrepreneur, but also have sufficient knowledge to pick up some tech and some business operation, okay? And then start in year 2, you start to allow to take some of specialization courses. So now maybe some of you suddenly realize that, oh, I really want to know about, DNA genetic stuff. Then we have a list of subjects that will provide you basic knowledge on that. Or some of you may feel, okay, now I really want to do something on AI. Then we have the subject that give you some specific knowledge on artificial intelligence, okay? And year 3, as I say, we have semester abroad, okay? We decide that every student have to have experience abroad, at least 1 semester, normally in the 2nd semester, okay? And then when you return to Chula in the final year, you're ready to finish with your capstone project. So these are like our, like a mind map on how we develop and groom the student into the final package before they go into the real world. Some of the example of the name of the subject, okay? So for the parent, it may not be something that we're familiar with as what we studied before, okay? So for example, when we talk about business courses, of course, the basic one that the student need to learn, entrepreneurship, science, and behavior, okay? And we have the subject called essential for accounting, finance, cash flow, and the value chain excellence and project management. So these are just make sure that you are capable, you understand what's going on when you run a team, when you set up a business. But we also provide more advanced business models. So this is something that's quite unique in our program. Instead of forcing you to learn specific subject, we allow you to choose. So advanced business model, you can pick any of these in the combination. And you learn in this, what we call the sprint mode. Sprint mode means each of these modules will carry only about half of the subject. You finish this within 2-3 weeks. The reason is because we invite a lot of foreign professors or even our own faculty member to really teach that within that few weeks so that you get that marketing in digital era, operation in action, venture capital idea, okay? And the core tech, the usual subject that we teach that we need to know, some entrepreneurial math, coding, the data-driven, okay, data ecosystem, generative AI, and the IoT environment, which is like pretty much what most of our students need to be able to understand and use them in the project that they develop. And we have some we call core transdisciplinary subject that provide some basic understanding on engineering logic. Okay, science of life is more on the biology and physics and chemistry and anatomy of global economy. So engineering logic is like, if you need to know something about engineering foundation, but within one subject. So we compact them into just one single semester, okay? Science of life as well. What is the basic fundamental knowledge on biology, on chemistry that you need to pick up before you move on, okay? Apart from that, the subject that Rodney mentioned is this one, okay? So he already explained, that's something that built into your subject, into your graduation, that you need to go through this. You need to learn how to do essential for startup. You need to be able to build your MVP, minimum viable product. You need to be able to start your prototype, okay? And as any general standard curriculum in Chulalongkorn University, we also provide some general education language courses that you can pick, okay? The other subject that we provide is a world view lens that's more on geopolitics, okay? Because as you go on into your life, it's very important to understand how to interact with different culture, with different background, historical context of different country. And also we have the subject called form and function. So this is like a design school. So if you want to design a product, what's the context of that product? Okay, how to choose a different fabric, how to choose different material, okay? And several Gen-Ed courses that allow you to pick up some more general knowledge, like lifelong learning, intellectual property, social innovation, also be available for you to choose, okay, throughout the, I think, second year and third year. And this is like specialization subject that I mentioned. So you can take a look at the name. You don't need to study all of this. If you become our student, depends on your interest from year 2 onward. Some of you may feel, hey, I want to learn about machine learning. So we have subject for you to pick up. But some of you may feel like, okay, I want to know more about, laboratory for science in health because I want to develop my own cosmetic or my own supplementary product, okay? Or some of you may feel more like, oh, I want to make an impact to our social system, to our city. We have a list of subjects on sustainable development and smart city, okay? And again, like our director mentioned, we give freedom to our faculty member and the student to interact. So some of the subjects may not be very conservative, okay? For example, you probably don't see any subject that called Taylor Swift and social change, for example, okay? But believe me, it's very technical in the learning. But the medium that we use to communicate with students is through this example, okay? And apart from that, the student have to do the field study, okay? And also the seminar that I'll teach myself, year 1, semester 1. If you become our student, you see me every Wednesday, okay? I'll make sure that you understand what are you doing in this school, okay? And last but not least, we provide internship as well for different opportunity with different companies, both domestically and abroad. So just some quick snapshot from our faculty member, I myself, and Ronnie, and Ajahn Sam, Dr. Saurot. We are specialization in smart city and sustainable development. And we have Chris and Francis. Some of them are here today as well. You can talk and discuss what they're teaching. Dr. Jing and Jose, Professor Jose, on the business. These are our core business team, okay? And we have Marco, he got PhD in computer science, okay? And Dr. Maxime, okay, PhD in immunology, okay? And Dr. Ning in the health policy, and Dr. Narongtat in the information science. So you can start to see the diversity of our background, because it's not like our faculty, everyone have a degree in engineering, everyone have a degree in biology. No, we're like, our director is pharmacist. I myself is a very well-trained engineer. I have Francis, who is really entrepreneur, venture capital guy, and Jose is entrepreneurship mind. So I think it's very diverse background. And we have Chan Phum Chai with the PhD in computational intelligence, okay, and Sebastian, Dr. Sebastian, in cell biology, and Dr. Borinya in nanomaterials, okay? Apart from our faculty member, we also have a wide range of guest lecturers that, as I explained, we invite them, we bring them here to teach, to communicate with the student. So we have Professor Sullivan, okay? Nathan, who is an ex-IDEO and ex-Disney CEO, okay? We have Professor from Sussex Business School also. And a couple of professors also come in to teach our advanced business model. It's just example, but like what Pirani say, apart from this, we have like more than 100 of the external mentor that we assign to each group project as well. So this is just to sum up what, apart from the usual subject that you need to learn, okay? But in each of the subject, it will be very much on experiential learning. And most of the time, you integrate that together with your project seed journey from year 1 to your graduation, okay? So it's very like cross-cutting. Like, for example, you learn something in my subject, and then you use that in your project seed development as well, vice versa. So apart from the academic development, we also focus a lot on student development, because it's not only about knowledge that bring you, impact, bring you future success. It's more about your character as well. So in our school, we focus a lot on our science character. Okay, so you hear a lot if you become our student. What is a science character? We try to build this character into each of our students. The way we do it is each 4-year program, we have different student journey. So the first year, we call the journey kickstart. So imagine you're like, oh yeah, I just graduated from my high school. Now I want to be the most successful entrepreneur startup. So what's the mindset? What is the mindset of that, kickstart for you to change over from student to entrepreneur, okay? So we give you what we call the summer prep course. Immediately put you back into the new learning environment. And we're gonna have the side camp, okay? That you're gonna learn the way we study as a School of Integrated Innovation right before the semester begins, okay? Then in year 2, we provide you what we call the business etiquette workshop, how to conduct business meeting, very basic thing, okay? What's this meeting agenda, how to communicate with your business partner. At the same time, we start to bring you for the International Innovation Field Trip, okay? So each of the students will be allowed to pick the destination that they want to go. And the faculty member will organize the trip, okay? Some of you may want to explore the startup in Korea. Some of you may want to see what's going on in England. So those are like the opportunity for you to have the field trip. And then in year 3, we have the semester abroad, as I explained, okay? Every student need to be attached to one of our partner university, okay? And once you start to get into year 3, you start to think about what will be your career apart from your own startup. So we have the career and internship fair as well. And after you return from year 3, come back to our faculty, we will have our social impact trip. So apart from being a good entrepreneur, good startup, good innovator, we also want you to think about, society. So we're gonna have the activity that we're gonna contribute to some of the specific organization, institution to enhance our social improvement, okay? And last but not least, we have the big step to reality, which is your capstone showcase. So what you've been doing in the past 4 years, how it look like now, okay, in terms of your final delivery before your graduation. So these are just some of the detail I just explained, okay, kickstart. If you join us, then immediately you get a prep course on finance, mathematics, programming, okay? And then we have side camp that, like last year we did a lot of gaming, group project competition, like you need to decide who to invest in different group, okay? Which faculty member you would like to pay for the consultant fee, okay? Even you want to make some bet on the lottery based on your available budget, okay? Because sometimes success is not just about ability, it's about luck, okay? So these are like a part of this first year experience. And second year, as I explained, okay, we have the full day workshop on how to have the professionalism in business management, business communication. And the international field trip. Last year, we brought all our students to the Osaka Expo. But not only that, they visit a lot of innovation center, like this Osaka University and different biomedical company as well, okay? And third year, again, every student need to go to semester abroad program. So we send 20, 30 students every year to Berkeley as our partner. And I think this year about quite a few of them go to NUS Enterprise. And apart from that, we have a partnership with different universities around the world, okay, both in US, Australia, Japan, Europe. And these are some of the key partners that always attend our career in internship fair, okay, and the number is growing because the great thing about being professor here is like when we heard something good, the feedback from some of our industrial partners. I have a personal message from top CEO like, oh, your student so good. And that's one of that comment, okay, they reach out to us to really make a direct agreement on the internship. So that's the quality of our students that when they go out, they illustrate their ability to explore, to learn, to adapt. Okay, and the final year, as I explained, we have this social impact trip. Last year, we went to the orphanage institution, and it's quite very, very interesting and very impactful experience, both for the staff and for the student. But also we organize this capstone project that for them to show off what they did to different attendees at the end of the 4-year program. Our facility, so we have this 3rd floor. This is our auditorium. The 1st floor that when you came in, right, that will be renovated to become our co-working space, okay, the 1st floor. And we have different meeting room on this floor and the 4th floor. We have fabrication lab that you can take a look later on the 4th floor, and the social innovation lab at the end of this corridor, okay? And apart from the physical space, we have the help desk that the student can reach out for the technical support, okay, in terms of their project development. So basically, we train our students to be technology innovator, okay, innovation entrepreneur, social transformer. So these are all not the job title that we, quite familiar with, right? But actually the world, as the world moving, this now become more realistic because we don't know yet what's going to be the new need or the new type of market. I cannot predict, even you ask me 5 years. Okay, before I can say, okay, 10 years, what can happen? But even now, 5 years, we don't know. But we need to be ready in terms of our basic skill and the way that we can explore a different technology. So these are the career opportunity based on what our student already graduate, okay? So far we have about 170 alumni graduate already, 3 batch, okay? Some of them, they go on to pursue the master degree, okay? Different university around the world, different discipline. And a lot of them work in some corporate firm, okay? Some of them own their own business, follow on their startup, okay? Work in family business, okay? So some of the key verticals we call the industry that our student gone through, but not limited to, okay? A lot of them work in consultant firm, okay? F&B, okay? Education industry, okay? Technology, okay? Service provider. So about half of our graduates go there, okay? And these are some of the, you know, like organization that our graduate actually work, okay? And we keep update with them because we focus a lot also how we help our alumni, okay, to develop and also to support them, not only during their study here, but afterward. So now we even, our director have a new initiative that we're gonna prepare some of the space for our alumni to set up the company, okay? We call post-incubation, okay? For those who seriously interested in joining this journey with us, okay? These are the key information that you need to know. So we have 4 admission rounds, okay, 4. Now we are in round 1. We call early admission, okay? Early admission will start the application period from 27th of November. So you still have like 1-2 weeks, right? And the closing date for application is 26th of December, okay? Boxing Day, okay, after the Christmas. And if you pass this first, you know, assessing period, then you will be scheduled for the interview between 9 to 10 of January. Our interview take a bit more step than the usual school, I have to say, because we want to find the right fit, okay? Because you can see how we really carefully design our journey. So we want the student to be the right fit for the curriculum, vice versa, okay? The first round here, okay, is available for Thai citizenship. So for those of you who are, you know, Thai citizenship, you only can apply for the first round and the 3rd round, okay, the 3rd round. But if you hold dual passport or foreign passport, you also open up, okay, you can apply for first round as well. If you miss the first round, we have the 2nd round, which is the early round for international applicants, okay, that will be a bit later, okay, in late December. And the interview will be in mid of February, okay? Then the 3rd round, we open up again at beginning of March next year, okay? And the interview date is just before the Songkran holiday, 10th of April, okay? And the last round is for the international applicants, which is really in late March, early May, okay? But I'll say that the number of student quota decrease over time. Normally we take 60-70% in our first round, because that's when the pool is really, you know, very, very good pool of students and also a lot of interest, okay, in the first round. This is our admission requirement as announced already, okay, through different channels of our school, of the university. So 30% of our assessment criteria is from your math, okay, math score, okay, that you can take a look what type of score that we allow you to submit. Of course, the basic one is SAT math, okay, but there's also some different math tests, standardized tests that you can do as well. 20% is from the English score, okay. You can use IELTS, TOEFL, you know, SAT, okay. And we carry out 3 additional items. 20% come from what we call aptitude test, okay. Don't ask me what is aptitude test because we change every year, okay. It's just to trace your fit to our school, your critical thinking, your basic analytical skill, okay. And we have 15% from the interview and your portfolio altogether, okay. And Last but not least, 15% team dynamic assessment. So interview is your individual interview. So you will meet some of us assigned to a room. And then I ask you, why you like BAScii? Okay. What's your innovation aspiration, you know? But the team dynamic is, imagine you're mixed with 4 of your friends here, and you need to tackle one project together, okay, within a period of time. But the outcome of our assessment is not on the outcome of your project, but on your dynamic with the team. Because as I say, our curriculum is experiential learning, explorative learning. We want students who really embrace that type of mentality, okay? Some of the basic stats, because, you know, students often would like to know, oh, what is the score, Ajahn? So we have the minimum criteria. Minimum means you must pass, okay, that minimum score, even before you enter our assessment later on. So for the math, our minimum criteria is 640 for the SAT math, okay, not very high. But our average score for the successful candidate is about 740. You can see throughout the year, that's the average, okay? For English, of course, there are different tests of English that you can submit, but I just use the example of IELTS, okay? Our minimum IELTS score for our successful applicant is 6.5, okay? But the average score of the successful candidate from previous year is about 7.2 now, okay? And last but not least, also you can use SAT, okay, as your language score. Again, if you use SAT, the minimum is 500, and average score from last year is 615. So it's keep, you know, increasing. You're the, I mean, if you're gonna apply to us, I think you are the lucky year, because after this year we increased the minimum requirement already. Okay. So you are lucky if you apply this year. Next year, the minimum requirement increase because, you know. Okay, so I think hopefully that's something that you can take from our first session here. And if you have questions about admission requirement, everything, we have, you know, our staff for the consultation in the other room. But also we have other activity that you can see the facility in our school. So thanks again for spending time, okay, your Saturday with us, and hopefully I can see you in our interview room. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you all. Thank you. Yeah, I want to say, maybe I ask for 2 minutes. I want to congratulate you to come today. For the parents and students, you are very lucky. And this is the right school that I guarantee trust us, okay? This is the newest school of Chula. We just, we are seven years old now, you know, even not cool, we cannot be a school. So I think this is the model. This is the model of the higher education that I can promise. We use our own rules. I mean, we are financial independently from Chula. I say we are Chula, but sometimes we are not Chula. We are fearless. Anything that is impossible in any faculties here is possible, you know? So if we do the same as Chula did, we cannot be better than now. But this school is a hope of Chula. So I hope that you will be one that enter and be a part of the new BAScii, okay? And the great BAScii in the near future. Trust us, we are the best for the best student. And this is, we build you for the future leader of the world, of the global, not for Thailand. I'm skip from Thailand now. We think of the world. You're going to develop things or innovation that impact the world and solve the world. So let's be a part of BAScii, and that is trust us and guarantee. So now explore, ask, and now you know that why BAScii. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna do it very quick because I think that, yes, it's it's one thing to hear from the staff, the faculty, our executive director. Of course, we want to convince you that we're the best. You should come here. We do all these great things. But here we have our two lovely alumni who not only been through this whole journey from the inside, but also have now tried an attempt and see what the real world is like, to see if BAScii prepares you for the real world or not. I'll ask a couple of questions that these guys prepared to answer, but also I want you to ask them the questions that you want to know about what's your future. If they don't answer it, ask your question yourself, all right? So can we just give a quick round of applause? Thank you guys so coming. So, all right, let's do it very quick and then we can go ahead. I know you're both busy, so thank you for being here. So can you please first introduce yourselves? Start with you.
Sure. First of all, good afternoon, faculty members and everyone here. I know you're very interested in BAScii. Thank you for having me back. I really missed this space. So I'm Folk. I'm from BAScii batch 002, so basically the second batch. Right now, I'm the CEO and co-founder of Dura Health, one of the student projects that end up being spin off into a startup, into a companies after I graduate. What we do is actually we combine both telemedicines and diagnostic devices that we created on our own, combine it together to provide diagnostic care for people in rural areas. So for people in Thailand, rural areas, in Nakhon Nayok, in Loi, they don't have to go to the hospital anymore. Just click on our app. Our team will go down to their house, do a checkup on them, send those data to the hospitals. They will meet with the doctors online on our application, and then the doctors with those data will be able to diagnose from a medical standpoint as a medical grade diagnostics and prescribe their medication. So from now on, people in Thailand wouldn't need to go to the hospital anymore. So yeah, we have been doing that for almost 3 years now. I started since my third year in BAScii. And we are working very hard now with our Thai government to roll this out on a national scale. And thank you to P. Ronnie, who actually took us and introduced us to these Korean startup ecosystems. And next year we are expanding there too. And yeah, that is my story.
Wow, so nice. Valuation.
According to the slide, I think I'll just let the slide tell you. Yeah. So yeah, from our last round of raising, we raised, and the total valuation that we raised is around 200 million baht.
All right. So introduce yourself.
Hello guys, my name is Arm. We're from the second batch. Thank you for having me here also, and thank you for taking the time to join this session. I think exciting times ahead for all of you. Just a quick introduction. My name is Arm. I'm currently an associate consultant at Bain. So just to give a quick recap of what I do, right? In consulting, we basically solve issues for the biggest companies in Thailand and then also in Asia as well. Yep. I think much shorter than his.
All right. Well, you solve a lot of problems, I'm sure. All right. So now you're in the careers. You've already graduated, both of you. Let's jump back into the past of when you were BAScii students, right? So I want you to share maybe the reasons why you wanted to do this program and what was the experience like and what path led you to where you are now in your careers, both of you.
Sure. So for me, I joined BAScii because I like both tech and business. That is the core aspects of my life that I was born to and I have passion in. So I see BAScii as a great fit for me to continue my learning. If I went to ISC, I will only get one side of it. So that's why I chose BAScii. If I look back, I would say that the course or the class that I'm most passionate about is actually Project Seed. It's a course that actually gives you the freedom, the opportunities to explore, to execute, and actually to fail. So I think that is a great sandbox for us to try everything that we want. We have the freedom to do whatever we want, and it pushes us out to the outside world, not just in the Chula world. And what I got to do back then is actually I got to bring my startup to a lot of competitions, to a lot of grants competitions. I ended up getting prizes from China ASEAN competitions with startups from all over Asia competing for the prize. And I also got grants from the Thai government, from national innovation agencies. And those are the green lights that actually tells me that this is a viable business and I should continue doing it. So for me, staying here, I have to give my credit to this course, Project Seed course. And I think it's a very beneficial course because they also provide the ecosystem for you to succeed. They provide mentors. Actually, a very funny story. I met my mentor on the first day, and the first thing he said after he listened to me is, "Don't do it. You are going to fail." So and then he talked me through his reasoning and what I should change. And that is how I ended up here, because all the guys that the professor all gave to me, all from all those mentors, all their suggestions, and that's how I came here. Yeah, maybe.
Okay. Let's get started with why I chose this faculty. Right? I think quite similar to Folk. I wanted to learn in across different areas, right? Instead of just focusing on one. I find it more interesting that way. Favorite subject, right? My favorite subject was actually computer programming. It's something that I never took as like a main thing, right? I'm more towards business, but then I always recognize the value of, and even till today in my day job, in my pastime, I still use the skills I learned from computer programming class. So it's fun for me. In terms of how my time here influenced my future career, right? Throughout the years, I've always, had a team that I competed in case competitions with. And this is actually one of my favorite, memories of being in this faculty. Me being with friends, pulling all-nighters and then, doing decks and then, presenting it to people is a super fun experience for me. And then it actually made me realize that, I enjoy solving those problems and doing this kind of work, which led to my current job as well. Yep.
So you mentioned a couple of activities, but mostly also the classes and the courses that help support you. What about things outside of classes and courses? What I think a lot of the students are looking forward. What's also there? What are the extracurriculars? Where do I go for exchange? So what were some of the things that stood out?
Yeah, so I think this is true for both of us, is that university years, your 4 years here, will be one of the best years of your life, because you get to a lot of things, not just in class, but outside of class too. You got to enjoy sports with your friends. You got to enjoy extracurricular activities. A lot of us BAScii like going out to compete, to join case competitions. I also join a student council to organize events to help improve the community here. That is very beneficial. I think it gives you a great chance to meet with a lot of your friends, get to know them better, get to do something for them. And I think, yeah, we are very, very all-rounded in this BAScii communities. I think PM can share quite a lot on his case competition days.
Right. So yeah, I agree with Folk, right? Being in BAScii and also being in Chula as well, you have like so many activities to choose from, right? And you can just choose to spend, all of your time on it as well. I see a lot of my friends, who go and do these activities with other faculties as well, and then they have built, lifelong friendships from this as well. In terms of the case competitions, right? I think BAScii is, maybe not the first choice when people think about case competitions, because they go to BBA, right? But then I think BAScii students from my batch as well, and from recent batch that I have mentored through the mentorship program, actually seem to be super into case competitions. So from my experience, right, we did case competitions in Chula as well, and even internationally competing with, students from other countries as well. So I think it's really good exposure to, the culture as well, and then also the problem solving process.
So you guys both have very different paths now in your careers. You're kind of doing slightly different things. So maybe the next question would be more direct towards each one of you. So for which skills do you think that these guys, whether they come to BAScii or not, need to know and need to have to enter the workforce and be able to work in your field? What do they need to prepare for to be able to do the career that you're currently on?
I think that's a pretty tough question.
Sorry. Did you not prepare for this?
No, in terms of the skills required, right? Actually, joining the workforce, it's interesting. I think different experiences prep you for the same career in different ways, right? For example, like I mentioned, my favorite subject was computer programming. Even now in my job, right, even as a consultant, I do some coding to help with my day-to-day task. So I think something that BAScii empowers you to do is it teaches you a wide range of skills, and it also kind of allows you to implement those skills in your job that makes you, perform even better. So I think my answer would be, learn to leverage the things that you have on hand in creative ways to assist you to do your job better would be the key thing.
Okay. And for Folk, I think you're also on a different path of being your own kind of CEO, your own person to create a career for you. But I think whenever we show your project, it's always like, but how did an 18-year-old student come up with this project related to medical science, being not a doctor, don't have any background in this, only being a BAScii student? So how did that come about, and what would you recommend if students do want to create an innovation?
Yeah, I think there's two keys characteristics that all BAScii students has to have. The first key is you have to be very adaptive. You don't know what life is going to give you, you don't know what activities that you are going to be doing here. So you have to be very, very active. You need to be very adaptable to what you have seen. And this actually really useful for your Project Seed course, because you will find a lot of challenges. You will need to overcome a lot of obstacles. And without those adaptabilities, you wouldn't be able to learn new things, solve new problems. And that is the key to building a startups. Another key characteristics that BAScii students need to have is that they need to be very active. The key here in BAScii is opportunities. You got opportunity everywhere. You got opportunities to go for competitions. You got opportunities to meet new people. You got opportunities to raise funds. But if you're not active, you'll get none of that. So every BAScii students must be active in order to catch all the opportunities that is here. Yeah, I think those are the two things.
Great answer. All right. I think there is still time for you to ask any questions to our alumni, anything that you want to know about their batch, about their journeys, about what you need to prepare. Do we have any questions from anyone? You don't be shy. So, yes.
Yeah, that is actually a great question. Design thinking is actually a fundamental knowledge for all BAScii students. Talking about mindset, one of the key mindset that BAScii actually gave me is that I'm sorry for the wording. P. Ronnie said this to me on my first day. Shit happens. It teaches me to expect the worst and understand that this could happen to you and think beforehand how to overcome it. So this is a key that if you don't have this immunity to problems, to failure, you wouldn't be brave enough to do something bold. That is very important to me. Pian?
I think something that I learned a lot from BAScii is the skill of managing people and then leveraging people in the right ways, right? I think as you all know, we have a lot of good projects, whether it's like Project Seeds or other classes as well, where you have to work as a team. So through these classes, right, I really learned how to leverage and bring the best out of people and get the best outcome for the team.
Any other questions? Yes.
Say the word open BAScii.
Workload and BAScii. So if someone didn't hear. Ooh.
The workload, actually, yes, it's quite a lot, but it's normal for university life. You are here to learn. You are here to do and execute. So of course we have a lot of group projects. It's not like other traditional faculties that you only work by yourself. In BAScii you have to work with people. That comes with workload. But it's very manageable, and this actually teaches you how to manage yourself, your work, your time, and this translates as a skill to use during your workforce time. So it's a key skills that you must have in order to excel when you graduate from BAScii.
No, I agree with P. Folk that task planning, the time management part is super important as well. Let me think of my answer to this.
What is the workload like?
Oh yeah. Okay, sorry. A bit confused today. In terms of the workload, right? It's a bit heavy, like P folks said. I think it's normal. But what I would like to say is that most of the work, right, is what I would call happy work. It's work that, you're happy to do, and then you would actually choose to do, even if you're not forced to do it, right? So it's, collaborating with people, coming up with ideas, doing those things. For me, at least, are the things that I enjoy. And it didn't feel like, super heavy work to me because it was fun in the time.
I think from what folks said as well, like this program provides so many opportunities that if you are in the mindset that you're taking advantage of this program, so you get more than just a piece of paper that says you have a degree, it makes you have to work a bit harder because you try to grasp all of these opportunities. So that's what creates the workload. And then you can manage it to what you want it to be. But the more you take away from it, the better the outcome will be essentially after you graduate. Any other questions about what they do in their daily life? How did they find a job? How was the application process? Did they recruit?
Actually, this question must be for PR.
Yes.
Bain Consulting Company is actually one of the hardest place to get in Thailand. PM, can you share a bit more?
How did you get in? What did you do?
Okay, how did I get in, right? Basically, in consulting, the application process is a bit different. Of course, you have the typical, portfolio screening, you have the checks and whatnot. But then the last few interviews, right, they actually give you an actual business case to do, and you have to solve it live, right? They say, oh, this company is trying to increase revenue. Here are the circumstances. What will you do? And it's very, fast paced. You have to think on your feet. Something that I did is, with my friends in BAScii, actually, a lot of us were going for the same job or similar jobs. We formed a group, and then we did, case practices with each other. So we would have like weekly sessions where we sit together, give each other practices. And I found that really useful as well. In terms of the other application process, I think it's quite straightforward. You do your portfolio well, you do a lot of activities, show them that you're capable. And yeah.
I think it's BAScii is quite different from other faculties because of our work experience. Most of us went for internship since first or second year of school, not just the last year. For me, I worked since my first year in BAScii. So for us, our portfolio are quite noticeable, are quite unique because of, we just graduated for 1 year, but we already have working experience for 3 years, something like that. So we are very, very unique in ourselves when we apply for jobs. And from what I see from my friends is that a lot of companies are looking for this kind of graduates who are not just doing one thing at a time, who can manage a lot of tasks, a lot of projects, have knowledge in a lot of domains. Those are, I think, what what companies are looking for right now also.
I think it's also what Arm said in terms of people, right? When you we grouped a team and then help each other. I think one of the entrepreneurship can be very lonely, I think, right? When you do it by yourself and you don't have a support system. And even if the team and your friends are doing other things, the mindset that you're all together here, kind of been through the same journey, have the same approach to a similar approach to things, you meet like-minded people, and that makes the journey further like much easier as well.
Yes, I think this very important point because BAScii not only give you the opportunities, but also the communities that supports you. Since day one, even before the semester starts, our friends group ask each other and actually invite each other to competitions, to case competition, to startup competition, even before the semester starts. And even me, for me to be here is actually not just because of me. It's because of my community, because of my friends also. Without them, I wouldn't be here at all. So I think this is very important, and you wouldn't be able to find it anywhere else.
All right. So unless we have any questions that are burning and we want to ask it, maybe because you might stay around for a couple more minutes. If somebody's really shy but want to ask directly, feel free to come up to them. I'm sure they'll be happy to share any experiences. Thank you both once again for coming. It's so great having you and see what you're up to and get updates. Thank you all. So again, just to update, so from now on, we have spaces out there available for you. So these guys might stick around for a couple more minutes if you're okay on a Saturday to ask any questions to them. But otherwise, we also have, just to remind you on the schedule. So We have the admission consultation room. So next to our registration desk over there, we have the academic team. So if you want to ask any questions about admission, go there. They will direct you so you can consult with them. They're open all throughout the day, so you feel free to stop by. We have health and well-being in those rooms, and they have the ongoing activity. We have our faculty members there to answer any questions about that specialization, as well as the 2 workshops. They're the same workshop, just happening twice. So that's on, you have to sign up to do that one. So make sure you do. And then Technology AI Fab Lab, also 2 rooms out there. There will be a fabrication lab tour, which is actually on the 4th floor. So make sure you sign up if you want to go and see it. And otherwise, they have a Alpha Mini robot presentation, and they talk about how they do things to help out with student projects. And then there will be a seminar on quantum computing, if you want to go into a bit more detail on what that is, in the room 322 down the hall. And then again, there's an exhibition by our D4T students, so Design for Thailand students, Social Innovation Lab. They worked really hard to set up and show you what the projects are. So it's down the hall. Make sure you don't miss it out. So just walk around, enjoy. We have an AI photo booth at the front for you to play around with as well. So it's a fun experience you can enjoy. And therefore, just if you see anyone wearing this shirt or the tag, feel free to ask us any questions. We are around. It's still open. And thank you all once again for coming here and for staying with us. And I hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. So thank you once again. Thank you all. Yay. We have also, yes, when you came in, if you haven't had a snack yet, there's some water, there's some snacks, so grab those. And the consultation room also has some decoration in case you want to take a cool photo. And then we also have some photo zone on the 1st floor. So just explore, have fun, and ask us any questions and enjoy. And see you. Yay. All right. Thanks again.